want to ask you about young people going into the world of composition. Do you find that they are having to network and do innovative things in order to have their music heard?
I think they need to hook up with performers, and performers need to compose. See, I think these two activities have gotten very separated out, and for example, in my conservatory at Bard College, we have a requirement, which I'm not fond of, but it's there because there are too many requirements to begin with, that the performers have to compose. And what's happened through that is the performers have opened their ears to the problems of what the page is trying to do. So they've become very sensitive to what it means to compose and what it means to create the page. And that's sort of a roundabout answer to your question, but I think the fact that performers and composers have separated out so much is a very big problem.
And how can young composers help themselves to get their music performed?
Well, I always recommend that they start their own groups, and many of them have. You don't have to be a performer. Like Bang On a Can started their own group. They're not performing in the group, but it's a very successful group that they hired players to play all kinds of music, not just their music. There's all kinds of collectives of composers that have blossomed as a result of a need to be heard, actually.
And so they have to be much more innovative than in the past, or perhaps they are being more innovative because they have to create their own opportunities.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I think forming your own group is a good, healthy thing, which I did. I formed the Cabo Chairman Players because it enabled me not to be rejected in a kind of formal, like award grant situation. I made my own music with my own people, my own performers. I played with the group, and that was one of the best choices I ever made because it gave me a huge education in what it means to be a performer